What it is, live, uncut,
YouTube, Facebook too.
unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil.
I love being black. That's my introduction. All right, people, I got a special guest in today. Now you can find me at Martin G. Johnson, YouTube, Facebook. That's where I'm at. Twitter X. We're going live right now. I got two special guests. I want to give a shout out to Teamwork Inglewood, Mark Mitchell, for allowing me to bring this podcast today. I am a navigator. And so I just want to give that shout out too. I got two wonderful black men here today, and they're going to tell us what they do and how they are benefiting the community. We see so many bad things. We can always point out the bad things in each other. But now here's something positive, and I want to hear it today. And we're going to start with my guest, my first guest, Louis. Louis, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do. Then also we have Mr. Reggie here, but we're going to start with Louis first. And I'm gonna put your flyer as you talk. So go ahead.
Okay, can they see me as
They can see you and hear you, bro.
All right, this is my camera right here. How y'all beautiful people doing today? My name is Louis. My name is Lionel, formerly known as Louis. Anytime you hear anybody talk to me, refer to me, call my name, they're gonna say Louis. I'm born and raised on the south side of Chicago, up the street on 53rd and Hermitage, right off 55th off the boulevard. And a bit about me or the event, I would say the event is hosted by my clothing brand, Piece de Carter. Started out of Inglewood, up the street. Everything is full circle. I'm from Inglewood. The brand started out of Inglewood. We're doing the event in Inglewood. You know, it just makes sense. We got the Inglewood residents that'll be coming on and just getting to experience the unity that we're trying to provide within this event.
Okay. Hold up for a second. I got your flyer. You don't have to look at it. It said our sponsors. You got Inglewood, Brandon, the Inglewood Breakthrough Room. Is that CPDH? That's
the city of Chicago, the Chicago Department of Public Health. We got Team Inglewood. We got Inglewood Branded. We got the West Side Justice Center. They handle expungements and sealings for all of my guys that made mistakes in the past and may have a felony on their record.
South Suburban College.
South Suburban College coming out, and that's my barber college. I'm actually in barber school at the time, so we got my college coming out to get the guys free haircuts, and then they'll be giving the girls from the cosmetology program will be giving the girls free hairdos as well.
Okay, that's cool. Man. Okay, that's cool. All right, go ahead. I just want to get that out there.
No problem. Yeah, so we got. Without the sponsors and without the people and without our village coming through this event wouldn't be possible. Just a little backstory. We had this event paid for and sealed in with the village of Matson out of Matson, Illinois for about 2 to 3 months now. 2 weeks ago, they told me formally that they just wanted to cancel the event without any explanation or any notice or reason why.
Wow.
So they gave me a 2 weeks notice before my event. The refund doesn't process for 3 weeks. So I'm like, y'all didn't have the best interest for my event in mind. Like, because if I didn't have these sponsors and these connections that I had, I wouldn't have been able to have any funding or any money to go and secure, you know. So now, this event was a beautiful, I'm sorry to cut you off this last time, but it was just a beautiful way to show me that you can lean on your people and your environment whenever you need it, you know.
Right. I'm going to put up another picture. It's you and a guy.
Okay.
I think is that you? Yeah, that's you.
That's me in the background.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about this picture right here.
So a lot of the marketing and the promoting that I do, I like to touch on the nostalgia of my people. That picture and that flyer is inspired by He Got Game, the movie.
Okay.
I have another flyer. I think you may have it with like me and the guy with our backs to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Looking at?
Yeah, right now.
Okay,
yeah.
That's inspired by Like Mike.
Like Mike. Yeah. Who was Like Mike?
The movie Like Mike.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, we do a lot of like touching on the classes, the childhood classes that we grew up on, you know, just to touch on that nostalgia within a better way, I feel like, for us to connect, you know.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now, I'm looking at this. Okay, what's happening on May 23rd? And you said all ages are welcome. Let's tell us a little bit.
Game.
That's okay.
So Piece the Game is the event that I'm talking about.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So it's what we got going on.
We don't know in the audience, so that's why I'm just
I know. We just
okay.
As the audience, it's the
right.
we got going on right now, y'all. So That's the event we spoke on, having the sponsors. I'm sorry, because I don't know if we properly introduced
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And tell us where it's going to be located at too.
63rd and Justine, y'all. We on 63rd and Justine, a block off Ashland with
Inglewood, Brandon. 1532 West 63rd.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you got? What's going to take place there? What's going to happen? So what's the?
So it's going to be a day of fun hosted by my clothing brand and the team that we have ourselves. We'll be having nonprofits there helping felons clear their conviction records. We'll have food vendors out there for the kids, and it'll all be surrounded by basketball.
Now, how much money I need to bring?
It's for Inglewood residents. We have a sponsor that's going to be sponsoring tickets. It's $12 ticket donation at the door for you to get in.
Okay.
And then anything else beyond that point is just whatever you would like to spend money on. So if you just want to watch the show, it's free.
Okay.
We got food, probably like $10 plates. We got hoagies and stuff like
Okay.
that. You know what I'm saying? I had a piece of the candy store
Okay.
for the kids, 2 for $1. Chips,
Okay.
candies, you know. So yeah.
Okay, I just felt like it was a little something in money involved. You got to tell us now, man. Don't leave us in the dark now. Okay, don't leave us in the dark now. I'm the audience, even though I'm the host, but I want to know. So
I appreciate
okay.
Any questions at all?
Okay, I got I want to go to this other flight with your face on it only. It said yeah.
It's like in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one I thought she was talking about.
Okay, but we're talking about this one. Okay. Now, is it any prizes, trophies given out or anything or?
Yeah, so through the event, we will have a cash tournament for our adults, y'all. So the adults, we have a cash tournament. There is a $20 fee to enter. It's gonna all go into the pot and it'll get dispersed to the winners at the end of the game. We have MVP of the game, we get a game t-shirt, created by us, the piece of that Carter. We have a game t-shirt. So we got a couple prizes and a couple amenities that'll come with you just coming and putting on the show for the kiddos, you know.
So this May 23rd is Friday?
Yeah, it's this Friday.
This Friday.
Like
from what time?
From 12 to 7. 12 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay. Cool, yeah. Cool. So you're gonna be out there and everything?
I'm not gonna be playing.
You're not gonna be playing?
Not this year, y'all.
You gonna have your clothing brand out there?
I'm gonna have everything. We gonna have the clothing brand out there. My mom gonna be running the table. You know, it's all family in house, everything in house. And my mom gonna have the table with the t-shirts and the candies and stuff like that. I'll be out there. You can meet the brand owner himself. You're not gonna meet Brian Knight. You know?
Okay.
You're not gonna meet Tommy Hilfiger, but you can meet Louis. You know, you can come and talk to Louis. You can come ask me anything about the brand, any experiences or knowledge that you may have or want to ask me. You know. So,
now
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you now. So what inspire you to do the clothing brand? I mean, what gave you?
So I got that's a 2-part question.
Okay.
What inspired me and what led me to creating a clothing brand. So as a kid growing up, I always loved fashion. You know, I always was surrounded by it. When you're a kid growing up, you may not have all the clothes that you want to.
That's true. I know about that.
So you feel me too, Mr. Reggie. You gotta like put this shirt with this pair of pants and like make it.
How about wearing what your brother wore the other day or something? Trade shoes.
Yeah. You know, you gotta get creative. I might tie a t-shirt around my neck to make it look like a scarf or something. You know, so that's where it came from, and that's where the creativity of my brand comes from.
Right.
And through me doing the bad stuff that I was doing, I needed and knew that I needed something more sustainable. And that's where the clothing brand came.
Now let's go a little negative now. I'm glad you ain't in the bad stuff though. So what made you convert over? What made you have a change of heart all of a sudden? Okay.
And being understanding, I always knew I was too smart for what I was doing. You know, it was just accessible. And I think that's a lot of us.
So you would consider yourself a victim of your surroundings in your area?
I don't like the word victim.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, okay, well, I mean, change, correct me. I'll stand to be corrected.
Yeah.
I'm from the hood too, so
I like to take accountability.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't for these things, excuse me, y'all. If it wasn't for these things taking place, I wouldn't be the man I am.
Okay.
But I am, my environment and my circumstances have played a part in today. I'd like to say that better. You know?
All right. Now, I need to ask you another question too. Who was some of your mentors or something? Somebody that like kind of cuff you and say, "Hey, man, you got greatness in you. You better than what you're doing now." And you know, anybody that you looked up to or?
So I have a mentor I can shout out right now. He may or may not be watching this, but his name is Jay. Somebody that comes from where we come from. He grew up in the hundreds. But he's a teacher now.
Okay.
He's a teacher at a high school. He got his chef license. He's a certified chef, certified pastry chef to be exact. But he can cook, whatever foods you need. And now he's at a high school. He teaches their kids. He inspires the youth. And that was somebody that's family. That's my cousin. But when I hopped into the entrepreneurial journey, that's somebody that kind of cuffed me and was like, all right, let me show you how to do this and go about making these connections. And, so yeah.
Now, don't get mad at me for using the term. Which probably is, if some young people was looking at you right now, what would you tell them right now if they're on the wrong path? What would you tell them to try to get them, back on?
I would tell them.
Look at the camera. Tell them. Say,
yeah. I'm gonna look at the camera, but I wanted to thank y'all. Never feel ashamed of your experiences. They don't shape who you are. The things that you are currently having to do or experience it don't, because you may not have to do anything. You may be experiencing poverty, or you may be experiencing feeling like you could or should be in a better position in your life. Nothing that you're experiencing now determines your payout or the fruits of your labor that you're gonna receive later. And everything is written. There's no bad in your life. Everything is good. Everything happens for a reason. I promise you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful, bro. I like your talk, bro. That's why I don't mean to drill you like that, but somebody listening, and we got to set the, we got to, and we're going to get the brother Reggie. Reggie got a lot to help us out on the veteran tip. And a lot of people don't know, like you said, Reggie. So let me swing it over to you, and we'll come back to you. So hang around.
Let me get Louis out there.
Hey, Louis, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to put you on the seat. Okay.
That was good information.
Good information, though.
You handled it. I'm proud of you for young black men doing that, because I was faced with some of the same things. I think I told you I was a little shorty over here on 64th and Yale, but that was a long time ago in the 60s, though. But still, to see a young black man making it out, and doing something positive, turning the negative into a positive. I did that at 17 years old when I went into the military. I had an opportunity to go with the guys on the block. By that time, I'm over on 71st Street now. We moved from Inglewood.
Right.
The house burned down. We over on 71st Street over east, over on Kimball. Down the
Pocket
street.
Town.
Pocket, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Come on, man. I'm from Melissa, bro.
You know what I'm
Come on,
talking
man.
about.
Yes, sir.
Pocket,
Yes, sir. I can go a little deeper than that. I can go a little deeper than that, but I'm on. we on record. But go ahead.
Yes, sir. But I came to that fork in the road too, and I went into the Army. That saved me at 17 years old, because I didn't have the discipline that I thought I did. But when I went into the military, thought I was asleep at 4:00 in the morning, and they woke me up.
Wow.
At 17. I don't know how I wound up. I do now as a ranger, as a paratrooper,
Wow.
And at that time, the recruiter was talking to me about, we got to find you a job, because I got kicked out of Hirsch High School 3 times.
Wow.
3 times.
3 times.
Now, you figure the first time you should be done with it, right?
Right.
But I'm going to go back in, because I don't want nobody to know, the family. I don't want them to know. And I go back in, the assistant principal, Miss St. James, Reggie, what are you doing back? You want to get back at school? Anyway, I got myself back in. But that last time, I said, I can't just stay out on the streets, because I know what was going to happen then.
Right.
You become, as you like to say, you didn't say it, but you said it. And I say it too, a victim of the streets. But I didn't. I went into the military, and I got some discipline in the military. A lot of folks didn't make it through basic training back then. They got put out for one reason or the other. Fighting, a lot of things that you do in the military, you figure fighting, that's acceptable. No, it's not. It's not acceptable. You start fighting it's a way that you fight.
What branch you was in, brother?
Army.
Okay.
Army. When I excuse me, because the audience may not know, paratroopers, Army, Ranger, Army. And it was a saving grace for me. Fortunately, when I left the military, you know, I had got injured a few times in thumb,
Mm.
different things that go wrong in medical discharge,
Right.
you know, and I ran into a lot of people that have went in the military in this neighborhood in Inglewood, but they don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they got put out.
Wow.
Put out after
Dishonorable discharge, huh?
could be dishonorable, could be general unhonorable conditions.
Okay.
Most of them are general unhonorable conditions because they just said, we don't want you anymore. We want you out. And because they didn't finish or complete a full term of service, they don't want to identify as veterans because it's a stigma that you couldn't make it. Because that's what they're telling you when you're in the military.
Okay.
You can't make it. You can't make it. You know, but they're not telling you the other side. Once you get out, you still can't make it. And for those that did make it and got an honorable discharge, we don't know all the services available. A lot of veterans don't even know that the Cook County Assistance Commission exists. The county has a Veterans Assistance Commission that will help a veteran with, a lot of benefits. I took the opportunity to print some of the things up because I don't want to just run off my head with it. And for the veterans that are out there listening, that are homeless, that are on the streets, that don't know what to do, they offer transportation, weekly bus cards. If you're looking for employment, you need a bus pass, you know, to ride on the bus to go look for a job.
Right.
If you get a job, now you got to get to work. How you gonna get to work? You know, most of the people that get a job, we are not fortunate enough to lose a job today and get another one tomorrow.
No.
I'm not. I'm not.
I don't think nobody.
You know, and when you lose that job and then you get a job, you're like, I gotta borrow me some money so I can get my first paycheck, so I can get to work. The Cook County Veterans Assistance Commission, they will give you that until you get that first paycheck. If it's gonna take you 3-4 weeks to get paid, come with that letter from your employer. Bring it into the Cook County Veterans Assistance Commission. I'm sorry, Martin, I didn't give you this to put up there.
I would have put it up.
You can.
I can take a picture. I might be able to put it up.
Yeah, take a picture and put it up. But housing, some of the benefits that the Cook County Veterans Assistance Commission offer, we don't know about. And we're walking around here in the day like
they don't want us to know about it too.
Well, you know, that's true because it could be advertised a little bit more. But that veteran community is like, it's a brotherhood. And if I don't talk to you and tell you, or you don't ask me, this is what they say. If they don't ask me, you never ask me. I remember leaving the military, using my GI Bill to go to school. And the veterans counselor there at the school, he had all these pretty girls working in there with him, you know. And I was like, man, I wish I could be him. I wish I could get a job like that. I did not know that they were veterans and they were using their veterans benefit, their work study benefit.
Wow.
You mean all I had to do was be a veteran and I could have been working in there, but you didn't ask me.
Right.
You know, so as a result of that and working for the state of Illinois as a local veterans employment rep and starting out as a disabled veterans counselor, I made my business that every veteran I saw, I'm going to tell you all the benefits that's out there without you asking me. Well, you never asked me about housing. You never asked me about transportation. Well, I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know. So, you know, we have to network.
That's
just like a job, Martin.
That's right.
We have to network because if you don't know, I never assume that you're not a veteran. I'm going to assume that you are. You may know a veteran that's out there that served 2 months, because I know some that I actually work with that served 2 months and didn't know that they were eligible for service-connected disability.
Wow.
The woman was what they call it, military sexual trauma. You know, when I went into the military, they called this man's army. It's been this man's army.
I was going to bring that. I was going to bring that up. I was going to bring it up. I promise you. I was going to say, what do you say to those young men out there that's listening to you this afternoon, tonight, whatever you view this podcast, that's thinking about making a transition? You know, they want to try something different. What they're doing right now is just not working. It's not. It might be life ending for them.
Yes. See, I have several nephews right now And I've been to the mama's house, and I've been in the basements and the nice basements. But at 18, 19, even 20 years old, man, I was off on adventures. I was off on my own. And you can make it, and you can get that discipline, and you can bring back something to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want to be what you would say the down or anything else, but I thought about my old neighborhood, and I said I wanted to really teach these guys about firearms, because I taught that in Nicaragua and Honduras, marksmanship. But if you learn how to use,
whenever you're ready to read it off, I got it on the screen. So go ahead, keep talking. I got it on the screen. So
with that rifle association,
right?
I mean, you have to have respect for it, because it's used as personal protection,
right?
Not nothing that you want to go out and commit a crime with.
Right.
But for self-defense, you need to know how to handle yourself.
I believe in that.
You need to know how to handle yourself. And what we get now is, I said it was a Ranger,
right?
And most of those guys, Caucasian guys, and it was like 140 in the company, and only 4, maybe 5 of us in the company. Why you want to be a Ranger? What's a nigga want to be a Ranger? Did you hear what I said?
Right.
What's a nigga want to be a Ranger for?
Right.
I said, I just want to see what y'all doing, because they are there. I'm gonna get in trouble, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They're there waiting for a war. I joined the military to fight a war, but not amongst my brothers and sisters.
Right.
Do you understand?
It's understandable.
What I'm saying?
I get what you're
not
saying.
amongst my brothers and sisters, but to another country. But they have an alternative purpose for doing that. So I said, I'm going to start the Englewood Rifle Association and see how long I last out there, because I'm going to teach you guys how to use a weapon. I did it in the military. I wonder what would happen.
I can do it here.
Right. But I wonder what would happen.
Exactly.
If you
I'm picking it up. Exactly.
You picking up what I'm putting down, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyway, I'm going to get off of that. I'm going to leave that alone, because they're going to say you're militant.
Right.
But I'm not militant. I'm for helping my people. That's all.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
For helping my people. But why do we think that because we want to help our people, we're doing something wrong?
Yeah. Well, I have that problem often when I say I love being black. I'm not saying I hate all others, but I just love who I am. That's all I'm saying.
That's all. I don't hate nobody.
Nobody. I've never told nobody to pick up a gun and hurt this person, hurt that person. That's not my lifestyle. I'm just in love with myself. You can't be mad at me because I'm in love with myself.
Absolutely.
I'm on a new path. Yeah, new journey now.
Ain't nothing wrong with being black.
Once upon a time, I hated my complexion. I hated my complexion. Period. I wish I was bright. You know what I mean. But then
me too. I know what you're talking about.
But that's good.
I know what you mean, because it took my oldest brother. I don't know if it's safe to say this, but I'm gonna say this. My oldest brother had to tell me I was a little kid coming up, and I'm looking at Tarzan on Sunday morning, and I was cheering for him, man.
Right.
Because the savages was after him, you know, and I'm like, come on and get away. And he had to save Jane and Boyd and the animals, and the savages finna get him. My brother came, my oldest brother, he said, "You a savage?" I said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not a savage." He said, "Yes, you are. You wasn't the savage." No. And I was mad, but it was how we were being portrayed.
Yes.
You follow me? That made me think that my own people were the savages,
Right.
And so, Louis, you're showing us that we're not.
Yes.
See, you're showing us now that we are
exactly.
not. And any young man out here within the sound of my voice on this podcast, I will help you before I hurt you. Anything I do, I'm trying to help you before I can hurt you, because when they're helping each other, it's okay.
That's right.
Why can't I help you?
That's right.
Why can't I tell you some things that's going to benefit this community too? I was like you, Martin. I was like, get to the cost. How much is it going to cost? Because we can pay that cost, that $12 to get in there and see.
And we have to support one another.
Absolutely.
I believe in support.
Yes.
I'm not coming all the time with my hand out. What can I get free? And I want to support a brother.
Yes.
Because I did a prom the other day. Young lady, she's an excellent student, 18, ain't into boys. She graduated with honors and top of the class. She deserved it. I said, now, you're looking at this. We've always talked about what our young females are not doing out here. Now, here's a prime example. Someone is doing what they're supposed to do, and you don't want to put hard like on it. You know, something is wrong.
Yes,
something's wrong. We got to support and protect.
And protect. Absolutely.
Girl, go home. You better than what you're doing. Go. I'm telling your mom. I'm telling your uncle.
Absolutely.
You know, we have to protect the community and stuff like that. Our young people, especially when we see potential. Potential is real good when we see in one another. Like when I see somebody that I know that's going to be great, or even if I know you're not been great, if I can give you a word and say, hey, bro, pull your pants up or whatever, you know, not in, you know better in front of him. I wouldn't do that.
No.
It's a way, it's how you do it. How you do it. And I have a lot of respect for a lot of brothers out there.
Yes.
A lot of young brothers. I don't care what street tribe they are, they know me.
Yes.
Because I don't see that. All I see is a black person laying on the pavement or trying to kill each other. Let's stop that.
Yeah.
Let's live, brother. We want to come outside. We want to be at the park playing basketball, and I don't have to worry about somebody coming by, you know, doing a drive-by. You know,
battlefield.
Yeah.
Around the battlefield, man.
Right. You know, so I appreciate brothers like you, man. You know, I really do. So don't think I don't, brother. I listen. And young people, they need to see this.
Yes.
They need to see the change. And, you know, I know I'm a little older than you, but I've been there. I know. I'm from the show. I don't have to talk about it. I've been there.
Yeah.
And it can happen, brother. It was one time in my life, I was just mad at the whole world.
Yeah.
Just waiting on one negative reaction so I could pull it. You know, one negative reaction.
That's it.
My mindset was gone, brother. It's gone.
Yeah.
But thank God for change, brother. That want to change, you know,
Yeah.
and redemption.
That's right.
And redemption, man. You
That's
know,
right.
when I was in the street, brother, like, hey, man, I owe you. I said, no, you know, whatever you owe me, don't worry about it, brother.
Right.
I'm on a new path. I ain't worried about that no
Help
more.
somebody else.
Yes, that's it.
Help somebody else with it. And what you said, Brother Mon, is something that's really it needed to be said. It's correct pull-up. You can pull anybody up when you see something, but doing it the right way. And we have a job fair, shameless plug, coming up in Markham Thursday, you know, and I see a lot of us, white, brown, black, especially brown and blacks I'm talking about, that we'll go in there and we're in front of folks like this.
Right.
And be it fair or not, and most of the time it's not fair, but when you learn the rules to the game,
yes,
you can play.
You can play. You have to learn the rules.
Play. And some of us, we just don't want to learn the rules. See, because in everything we do, I told you that discipline going into the military, that everything we do, there are rules involved.
Yes, sir.
And if you break rules, what's going to happen? I can't point at you and say, well, he did it. It don't make no difference. He got away. I got you. You're caught, you know.
Sir.
So learn the rules to the game. And when they're talking about employment, we're talking about livelihood. So I seen this one young lady. She came into the job fair. Everyone else was dressed. And see, when you're auditioning, when you're in an audition for a job fair, let's call it that. Call it an audition, a tryout, because that's what it is. And you're there. You want to look your best. You want to present yourself your best. And why do I say yourself? Because you're the product.
Yes.
They don't want you to be after hours.
Right.
They want you to be the product when you're at work. So when I say when I'm at work, I'm the product. I'm representing my employer.
Yes, sir.
Even sometimes when I'm not at work,
you
like
still
I still represent my employer.
That's right. That's correct.
So I want to put that good image out there. And that's what they want. See, so I can take their money because I'm giving them that image. Now, at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be the stepper then. I'm going to be out there doing my thing. You know,
all right.
I'm going to be stepping Reggie then, you know. But when you're trying to get money and you want to do this as your profession, your career, you need to do research. You did research on the market. You said, Louis, you said that you're not going to be able to talk to Louis Vuitton. You're not going to be able to talk to, you named a couple of those designers out there, but we could talk to you. And you're always going to be who you are now. We see 10 years from now, and he blew up, you know, and Denise said, Reggie who?
Yeah,
You
Don't forget us now.
He done blew up big,
Yeah,
you know, he in New York now, you know, walking down there.
Amongst the elite.
Amongst the elite. Hey, Louis,
No, man.
call 911 and then when I give you the second, give you the other one.
Right. Well, I got him on recording, so you can't. You know. I got you. I got this. We live. We got it. Okay.
But can I tell about the rest of the benefits?
Yes, sir. Come on, put it together.
Because they're gonna say, Reggie, you talked about VSC, but you only said something about transportation, you know. So they also offer mortgage and rental assistance.
Okay.
I'm talking about the county.
Now, before you get started, tell us how can we reach you?
Oh, how
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
reach me? You can reach me you can email me
Okay.
at Reginald.Whitley.
Okay.
REGINALD.WHITLEY at Illinois.gov.
Okay.
Illinois.gov.
I'll post it, people.
And I work with the employers
Okay.
that are out here looking for good people. See, when I have an employment fair, if it's in Chicago, if it's in Inglewood, there's so much untapped talent walking around on the street out here that don't know how to look
Okay.
or where to look for employment. Because when we was coming up, I'm talking about me, I was having fun when I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all wasn't saying, I just knew I had to go there because my mama said you got to go.
Yes, right.
You know what I mean? It was nothing that had to relate to college or a career. I wasn't thinking that far in advance because I was thinking about we had them butter cookies in the lunch.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Them old school butter cookies. That's what I was thinking about. I'm serious. And recess and going outside and having some fun, you know. And there were things that I should have known that should have prepared me for life.
Yes.
Life. I'm not talking about it because everybody ain't going to college.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody's
correct.
not meant for college.
That's true.
What about some of these buildings down here? That we had I was at the AIC, which stands for Apprenticeship Information Center, and this is where all of the building and trades they meet to discuss how many apprentices they're going to have.
Wow.
Right.
Patrick Durbin was going to be here, and he's there all the time. And so you may want to be a carpenter, an electrician, you know, that makes money. See, just because you're a carpenter, that's not it. You can own the business, the remodel, and do all of that. There's so many things that we can do out here if only we were told.
Yes.
There is a purpose for you learning math. Because guess what they're going to do? They're going to give you a test to see how good you are if you want to become a tradesman.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So you don't have to study for the test because you're already ready.
Yes.
You know, it's just little things like that. I have a passion for talking to the young brothers and the young sisters that are out here. Like I said, I got a couple of nephews that I've been talking to. Boy, you need to get out of here, go into the military, get some discipline because you're still doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're still doing what you want to do, and mama gonna let you do it because that's my baby.
I'd rather for them to get it from the military than the prison.
And the police.
And the police. I prefer that. You know, I'm not a military person, but if it's going to discipline you and help you off in life, like some people, they knock the 12-step program. You know, if it works for them, let it work. Well, I go to Jesus. That's okay.
Yeah.
This person might need Jesus and the 12-step.
And the 12-step.
So
absolutely.
don't knock what might work for the next person. You with it? Take me all that. Well, that's you. You know, so. That's great. You know, if you need to go to the America, get that experience. Travel the world.
Yes.
And see what's outside of just your local city where you at.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day what kept me out of prison. Now this is gonna be maybe funny to you, not, you know, but what kept me out of prison and it's keeping me out of prison today is that now that's one thing, but I really don't like McDonald's. McDonald's is good, you know. I really don't like it though. But I can go there now if I want to.
Yes, you can.
I can go to McDonald's and get me a Big Mac if I want to. You can't do it from prison.
No, you can't do that from
You
prison.
can't do it from prison. I love a ice cold Coca-Cola or watching late night, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't believe I could do it. I don't want to go in there to find out. But there's something simple, being free.
Yes, sir.
Being free, man.
Yes, sir.
And then think about our ancestors that made it all the way over here on the ships and they experienced all of that. Can you imagine being on a ship just like this?
Yeah.
And they throwing you some food and throwing you some water and you laying down. I'm trying to talk to somebody. Y'all speaking different languages. And we made it all the way here, which the voyage took all over a month. And we made it all the way here. And then we was going to some change. And then now we still gonna do some dumb stuff. I want to say dumb shit, but I don't want to mess up.
Right.
You just said it though.
It's okay. It's okay. We know what it is. Hey.
And then it changed again, man.
Yeah. No. Maybe jail ain't for me. I'm sorry.
I want to help you.
Yeah.
I want to hurt you.
That's it. You know, and I mean, I appreciate you guys coming through. And anything we missed on it, I know we had a great life general conversation, but veterans, if you listen to us today, if you want to call in, just let me know. You're welcome to call in and ask some questions. And either one of my guests, we could open it up for a few more minutes for calls. And information is very important. Somebody right now that's a veteran is probably homeless and don't know. Just this little information can help them get you right on your feet. Right off the street. Off the street.
I was there.
Wow.
I was there.
Wow.
And I was there, you know, and people, they'll look at me and they say, what, you? Oh, yeah, I was there. So I'll never give anybody any information I haven't experienced. Ain't nothing I read in the book. I was there. It works if you work it.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, we're going to close it up. I mean, brother, make your announcement again real quick.
May 23rd, May 23rd, this Friday from 12 to 7, 63rd and Justine. Peace Today Carter will be teaming
Put the
up
flyer
with
up,
Team Inglewood as well as Inglewood Branded, hosting our first annual Peace the Game. Y'all come out. It's $12 ticket donation if you are not an Inglewood resident or if you are not a kid.
Okay, perfect. And tell us your name again, brother.
My name is Louis. You can find me on Instagram at Peace Today Carter. That is PISTADECARTA. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Man, I think
Chicago, right?
Man, yes, sir. I appreciate
y'all.
you, man. Young man. All right, brother Reggie.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that Cook County Veterans Assistance Commission again. It's
Okay.
1100 South Hamilton. That's the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center.
Okay.
It's on the lower level, 1100 South Hamilton, and that's the Cook County Veterans Assistance Commission, and they open from 8:30 to 3 o'clock.
Okay.
To 3 o'clock. Go down there and see they can help you out. It's a little best kept secret in Chicago, but they will help you down there.
Say that address again one more time, a little slow.
Say that address again is 1100 South Hamilton, in the lower level of the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center. It's in the lower level, and they're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 3 o'clock. And if you need some assistance, get it from there.
One more announcement from you. Tell us about in Markham, you said you have a job fair. Tell us a little bit.
Markham Job Fair, and it's free.
Okay, it's free.
It's free, and yeah, it's a good price, isn't it? And guess what? They'll have a food for you.
Okay.
You know, to eat. You know, take that growling out your stomach while you're talking to employers. But that's going to be at 160 20. It's at Rosner Park, the Markham Park District, 16053 South Richmond.
What time?
At 10 o'clock. From 10 o'clock. I usually don't say what hour it closes for a specific reason.
Okay.
That if you're looking for employment, why can't you be there at 10 unless you're at work?
Yes,
But
sir.
from 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock. So if you're late, you're never late, as long as you make it before 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
They have some great employees there. We've got administrative, we got some factory. There are some employees there what we call survival.
Okay.
That you can work while you're in school,
Okay.
or while you're getting a trade or whatever, you know. So come on out, 10 o'clock, free.
All right.
Free.
And wise on my brother Lloyd, if anybody want to sponsor you, talk to the sponsors out there. Tell them, you know, how they can reach you too. You need to know that too. they need to know that?
Any sponsors that want to be a part of the Feast of Game, or they want to support what we have going on for the community of Inglewood as well, you can reach me at on our Instagram and as well as my email. I'll give you that as well. So our Instagram is Pistade Carter. That is PISTADECARTA, and then our email is pistadecarta, PISTADECARTA, the number 2020@gmail.com. So y'all shoot us an email. We got packages for our sponsors as well. We like 2 days out, so y'all, you know.
All right. Anything else?
I want to ask Brother Lloyd, what does it take to be a sponsor? How much of a commitment? Is it monetary or is it just being there?
We got monetary sponsorship packages, as well as like if you have a service or a product that we can use for the game that you would like to sponsor for the game, we'll take that as well. So it's just anything in good faith and good nature, you know, just contact me and we can get it together.
All right, I'm gonna post your flyer on my page too as well, my
Okay.
personal community page and on Facebook.
Okay.
But I put it up on the page on the podcast too as well. So I want to thank my guests. I want to thank Mr. Mark Mitchell for setting this up for all of us, and especially Teamwork Inglewood.
Absolutely.
Teamwork, we thank you, and all the sponsors that sponsor you, and also the veterans. You know,
Yes.
thank you guys. Thank everybody.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I appreciate you guys. And let's end it on this.
You already know what it is.
What it is.
Live.
Uncut and what?
Unedited.
That's what we did today.
And shame the devil.
And we what?
I love